Bishop, one may ask, what was the drive into ministry? Because you were going to school. I mean, well, one wouldn't want to know, maybe academic wise, because the reason I'm asking this question is that most people have the perception that we get into the ministry because for some reason academically we are not good, or we are not finding our feet in a secular job. Things are not working. Then, okay, if things are not working, why don't I resort into the work of the ministry? Now, in your case, what was the drive? You had to let go of academics and everything and decided that let me go into ministry. Why? What was the drive? What pushed you into
I
that?
wish I could. Let me clarify something. If
Go
we
ahead.
go into ministry because
Mm,
of lack of academic aptitude
mm,
and
mm,
that we cannot, then I think it's a miracle. Why do I say it's a
mm.
miracle? It's a
Okay.
miracle because when you come into ministry, you have to handle administrative stuff. You have to
Okay.
handle you have to make financial decisions. You have to
Mm,
make a lot of business decisions, as it were.
okay.
In
Okay.
ministry, you are not doing you are not directly doing business, but as a
Mm,
result of doing ministry, all these managerial stuff comes to the fore.
okay.
So ministry is not for lazy people.
Okay.
It's not for lazy people at all. If
Mm,
you think
mm,
that coming to ministry is a cop out,
mm.
a way by which you could be lazy, you are mistaken. Because
Wow.
ministry demands a lot. You have to continually be reading, you have to be
Mm,
learning, you have to
okay.
be in tune, you have to
Mm,
know what are the managerial skills, you have to be
okay.
strategic, you always have to be thinking ahead of the pack. Because what is leadership?
Mm,
Leadership is the ability to influence people towards a
okay.
particular goal. So in
Wow.
leadership, you have to
Mm,
continually be reading, be observing, be learning.
mm,
So
mm.
ministry is not for lazy people.
Okay.
Spiritual gifts helps you to gather people. Ministry helps you to gather, but after you have gathered them, where are you taking them? The
Mm,
question is, what next? Where are you
mm,
leading us to?
mm.
And when people do not know where you are taking them, they check out, they leave you alone.
Wow.
So
Wow.
John Wesley says, when they asked him, how do you gather people? He said, I set myself on fire.
Okay.
But after you have set yourself on fire, now by
Mm,
wisdom, a house is built. So you need
okay.
wisdom to turn them from, ordinary people into successful people. And that
Mm,
is real work. So for those who sometimes say that, oh, we are failures, we don't know what we're about, that is why we run into ministry. I always tell them they should try.
mm.
They
Okay.
should try.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
raising money and influencing people and leading people, and
Mm,
sometimes you are speaking to people that are more qualified than you,
okay.
more qualified than you. So it means you
Mm,
have to keep upgrading yourself.
that's
You
right.
can be gifted, you can be
Mm,
anointed, you can flow
mm,
in any gift, you can
mm.
flow in the prophetic, but you need to appeal to common sense. And so your people accept your spiritual gift,
Okay.
but they know you are not relevant. And so to
Mm,
maintain your relevancy, you need to continually plug in. One, tune your spirit well, tune your
okay.
mind, and be
Mm,
able to psychologically, emotionally. These days, they have
mm,
developed a word they call emotional intelligence. And so,
okay.
emotionally, you need to be very intelligent. And
Mm,
you are managing those that you are leading because
mm.
people will not follow you when you don't know where you are going. And particularly
Wow.
when you are leading hundreds and thousands
Mm,
of people, you must be
my
able to
goodness.
let them know where you are going. So
Wow.
it's unfortunate that some come into ministry and they trump up, they are called, they trump up
Mm,
that they are gifted, they are anointed, but they can't
mm,
make impact. And to make a lifelong impact on society and on mankind, you need leadership development skills. So there are those
wow.
who say, oh, we are young men, we don't know what we are about. But to lead people consistently for 35 years should take something else, should take
Mm,
the Spirit of God. But the Spirit
okay.
of God needs men and women in their natural. So you
Okay.
need to also be updating yourself continually and be able to flow along. That is what I would say. So I didn't go into ministry as a cop out. It's not because
Hmm.
I have nothing to do. It's because I was
Okay.
responding to a
Mm,
call. And one of the things I've come to realize in life, the earlier you know what you are called for, the earlier you know your purpose on the earth, the better it is for you.
hmm.
I mean, and some people still are struggling. They would say, oh, if I was a pilot, if I was this, before God called me, my friend, the earlier you know. Because when you read through Bible and you look at life, people
Okay.
who make impact in life are people who started when they were young.
Hmm.
If you look at the owner of the one Dell Computers, I mean, in
Okay.
Africa, it's unfortunate that people become leaders when they are almost grown and grown. But you look at the other areas of the world, by the age of sometimes even 25, people know what they are about, they know what they are doing. If you look
Okay.
at some of these platforms that we are using now, whether YouTube, Facebook, I mean, how
Hmm.
old is the owner of Facebook? How old was Bill Gates when he started? You know, so they discovered who they are. So if you discover that God has called you and you step
Hmm.
out, hey, you can have a lot of impact. Nevertheless, I'm not saying everybody abandon ship and
That's
get
right.
into your call. You
That's right.
need a conviction. You
That's right.
need to be
Hmm.
double sure. And you need
Hmm.
mentors around you to help
That's
you
right.
and
Wow.
let them also confirm for you that what you're feeling is right. Or I've had occasion where people would want to jump into ministry, and I've told them, get back to school. Because where I
Wow.
am now, there are
Hmm.
things I wish I knew. There are
Hmm.
things that doesn't come to me naturally. You have to
Hmm.
make effort. But when you are trained, it's always better. We can
Wow.
compare Paul and Peter. Paul was a scholar.
Hmm.
So Paul wrote a lot and explained a lot. Peter was not a scholar. So he
Hmm.
speaks and is not too much explained. And even quoted Paul and said, our brother Paul, who says some things that are
That's right.
hard to be understood.
My goodness.
So if we, yeah,
Wow. Viewers, if you just join us, this is my story. It's called. And with me